Hello, everyone. Welcome to the annual General Assembly of ESN TalTech. Today is a really important day for all of us to elect a new board, to reflect on the past, to change or elect the future of our section. It's really nice to see all of you. I hope you're doing well. I think the most important thing for us is to uh, understand the perspective of our organization, of our words, of our future, of our tasks, and what we're gonna do, and what the next board is gonna do. Today, we have a nice chair of the uh, General Assembly, Max, also technical chair, Maxim, and vice chair, Evelyn, who will take the notes. From this moment, I will pass the floor to Max at the chair.
Yeah, so welcome everybody to this very special day for hopefully some new board members that will hopefully get elected today. Let's start right into our TA today with the structure of it. So there are some talking points we need to address first before we can go into the real voting stuff and the speeches. So, first of all, sharing team introduction. Hi, my name is Max, and there is Evelina. Little things about me. Yeah, I have been in ESN since 2025. I'm a member of the section here, the ESN TalTech IC section, and yeah, I am a student with Siemens in Germany from Munich. So much so for me. Evelina, do you want to say something about yourself?
Hi everyone, I think most of you know me. Today I'm the vice chair taking notes. I've been in ESN since last year. I'm finishing cybersecurity this year. Love ESN TalTech IC. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, then we'll get to the rules of the game. We've just seen it already here in the front row, because we're not there yet. So first of all, pay attention. This is an official meeting. It has consequences. Please be silent, and we will also request silence if it's necessary. Be respectful to others. Do not disturb people. Don't be rude. It is, in the end, an official meeting that needs to be taken seriously. Yeah, do not repeat what has already been said. So please don't waste any time, basically. And also the last point, be on time, which we did pretty well with starting 3 minutes late. But yeah, be on time. We have a tight schedule. We will cut off, for example, speeches when they go over time. We will cut off Q&As if they go over time. So please be aware of that, especially for the candidates and also for people asking questions. Otherwise, let's have fun. And very important, before you say something, state your name and section. So that everybody knows what who you are. So next point, Q&A moments and speaking list. So first of all, please raise your hand if you want to say something. This is very important because then you get added to the speakers list. When you're not on the speakers list, you're not allowed to say something. Very simple. Yeah, introduce yourself. I already said that. The example here on the slide. Yasid, ESN TalTech, or for me, for example, it would be, hi, I'm Max, I'm from ESN TalTech IC and currently the chair of this meeting. So please stick to that. Also in regards to our documentation so that we can keep track of who says what. On the next slide, you guys will see or in the next section, a little bit about hand gestures. Why is that important? We have already seen it in the first row, to keep our silence. The very first and most important one was on the last slide, which is the raise of your hand. If you want to speak, just raise your hand, then we can see it. For people participating online over the Teams meeting, also raise your hand so that we can see you there as well. Then, not always the full hand needs to be shown, but there are two categories of questions or remarks you want to make that are not normal. And on the next slide, you will also see them in big behind me, which is first, reaction. Reaction means I will finish my sentence, somebody else will finish his or her sentence, and then you get something to say. Just a reaction, not more, not less. Please be mindful about that. Don't abuse the reaction, otherwise we'll have to step in. And the third one, which is even more powerful, is just one finger. Because with that, you are the first one to speak up pretty much immediately. Because this is a procedural question. Procedural means you have a question about the whole procedures going on today, what is going on, why it is going on, or in which direction it will go next. So keep in mind, this will interrupt anybody who is speaking instantly. Also, to the candidates, when you're speaking later, be mindful if there is a procedural, stop to speak, and we have to answer that question first because it's basically very important. So we'll wait a couple of seconds so that our online participants over the Teams meeting can also join us for today's session, which will take 10 more seconds. And once they are here, we can then also go on to the next section. First, for the online participants, if you want to say something, please raise your hand. So next section in regards to how we communicate here without saying anything. If somebody wants silence, just raise both of your hands like this. Then it should be silent afterwards, hopefully. And also, if we want to show appreciation, which we have already seen here in the first row, please do your hands like this, both of them, and then the person in front knows that you agree with him or her. All right, and with that, really over to the next section. And yeah, the speakers list, you have a hierarchy, procedurals go always, blah, blah, blah. I already explained that part to you. Let's go to the quorum check. Quorum check is very important because with that we determine who is really here. This is more or less the official confirmation that you are here. If you're not here by now, you're present and in this list, please come forward and sign the list. Cool, nobody? Okay, Artem, then come forward and sign the list. And then I will ask a nice little question to which you please reply so that we, or I, know that you are really officially here. Anybody who will join starting at the end of the quorum check will not be able to vote. So cheers goes out to you for being here. Everybody who comes in now is here basically for fun. They can't really participate today. All right, once Artem signed his papers and his life away and all his rights, we can also progress with the quorum check, because as every year, we still have the same question. What is the name of our mascot? A, Bunny, B, Sipsig, or C, Tutik? I will be very disappointed if somebody does not know it. So let's go through the names. Aigerin Majurova. Tutik. Very nice. Artem. Tutik, you're sure? Okay. Just checking. Yesterday you weren't. Artyom Amosov. Tutik. Danilo Shapoval. Danilo Shapoval. No, never mind. He has a dedicated vote. Yeah, yeah, Artem. Yeah. Fabienne Goll. Fatima Huseinova. It's a Zipzig. Cool that our old communication manager does not know the name of the mascot. Fernando Tutik. Ilya Shinkaruk. Irina Savchuk. Mark Dolcet Saduni. Tutik. Tutik. Mira Dubrovskaya. Nasrin Yavarova.
Tutik.
Nizami Azanov. Noelene Grace Tabula. Alexandre Lipnik. What? Tutik, okay. Omar Selim. Ruslana Kriuchok. Taisia Malinovskaya. Tommaso Tagliani. Ban. Okay. Evelina Boyko. And last but not least, Maxim Kiselov.
Tutik.
By the way, shout out to Max.
Where is two other people that sent me votes, Simon and Matteo? Also, I have a vote for Vera.
They were not entered in the list. Very interesting. Okay, procedural. Question for everybody at home. We have a procedural asking why there aren't all the delegated votes on the list. So we will stop the meeting for 30 seconds and we'll be right back.
Did you sign next to the names?
And then we can proceed. So it will probably take another minute or two. All right, we should be ready. have some more votes that need to be checked in the quorum, so we will now continue with the quorum. Matteo Ingracia. Bunny, again. Simone Ingracia. Vera Mikhailova.
Sipsik.
Sipsik. For Vera. Wakas Ahmed Sava. Tutik. All right. With that, the quorum is officially closed. And so we have our voting list. Sorry for anybody who will join now, who's on their way. You don't need to come now. All right, next vote. Very important. The most important today, at least for me. Because it is about the chair team, about me as the main chair, about Evelina as the vice chair with the responsibility of documenting all of it, typing everything down, and the technical chair, Maxim Kiselov, who has nicely prepared the OBS, the live stream, and the Teams meeting. So we will go into our first vote today. It is a public vote just by hand signal, and it's a negative one. So the question is, does anyone have any objections to the chair team? Then please raise your hand in the next 5 seconds. Good. Cool. Now you're stuck with me. Nice. All right. Yeah, this was the first vote of the day. Now we come to the second vote, agenda approval. Everybody of you should have seen the agenda in either one of the WhatsApp chats, in your emails, or if you contacted Alton directly, he probably would have sent it to you. But we have an agenda to approve. And once it is approved, we will follow it along. There will be no more agenda points added. So if you want to add something in there, please say it now. Otherwise, it's here the same procedure as just with the chairing team. We will do a public vote with hand signals in a negated form. So I will give each of you 10 seconds to read through it, and then we will do the hand signal vote. All right. And with that, we come to, why is it gone? And with that, we don't come to the vote because we come to our lovely old board. Our lovely old board was not fully elected last year at this position, but well, now they are here and smiling in the audience. Cool that you're here. All right. Yeah. And since the technical team is now back, we can also proceed to the question. Does anybody have any objections to the proposed agenda? Then please raise your hand in the next 5 seconds. Cool. All right, the agenda is approved. We will follow it along. Very, very tightly. Probably not time-wise because we're already overtime, but no way. Next thing, scrutinizers. What is the role of the scrutinizers? Scrutinizers are basically the people counting the votes, and thereby your trusted people to not screw with any of the votes. They will, here in front, after the vote has happened, count all the votes, and then obviously by that determine the outcome of the vote. So it should be 2 trusted people, why 2? 4 I principal, everything should be checked by 2 people so that nobody can be corrupt and say you're not voted, even if you are. All right, for that we have 2 candidates, Yazid, yay, and me. So, the question here again is, does anyone have any objections to scrutinizers? Namely, Yazid. Do you have a picture of Yazid really quick? No, we don't. And me. No. way, it is written like that. Yep. All right. Does anybody have any objections to scrutinizers Yazid and Max? If so, please raise your hand. We have an objection. Okay. Okay, we have 4 objections to that. So with that, yeah, do we have any new candidates if the candidates did not get voted for? No. So we will continue to vote again on the same candidates in the second round of elections. Does anyone have any objections to the scrutinizers Yazid and Maximilian? Maxime.
What is the surname of Yazid?
Okay, procedural. What is the surname of Yazid?
H-A-double-D. A-D.
With that, the procedural is hopefully gone. Maxime, are you all right with that procedural? Okay, cool. Now that the procedural is closed, we can go back to the second round of voting for the scrutinizers, which is the candidates. Does anyone have any objections to the scrutinizers Yazid Haddad and Maximilian Renner for today? Cool. And with that, the scrutinizers are voted for. So, now that we have more or less talked about all the surrounding stuff, the organizational stuff and whatnot, we can go to the important part, because let's face it, me talking here is today the least important and also hopefully the most boring part of the assembly. So we'll go to the next section, which will be the old board, to say thank you to them. So here you should, okay, you don't see a picture of them yet. There will be a picture in a couple of seconds, and they will say something nice to you. Please listen to them, and they will talk about the last year. And with that, Artin, you stay.
Yes. Hi everyone. This is our yearly update. We have been updating. Do you hear me? Yes. We have been updating you every time we had members meeting. However, we want to give you a year update what we did. Okay, I hope you hear me now. Yes. Next slide, please. This is whole year in one presentation and also showing you guys how ESN gives us so much opportunities. Okay, so we start with August, where we officially started our mandate, which was very fun, also kind of testing month where we started preparing for Welcome Week. However, before that, we had Tommy as our event manager that went with time travels to Turku, and he has been there with different delegations from ESN Estonia, and he has been basically learning how to collaborate with time travels in general and how to make our process smoother. Yes, Tutik was also in Turku, as you can see. And then we also elected our new president during the extraordinary GA, which is Artem now. And we became the full board, which was me as communication manager back then and Dima as our vice president. And then became our welcome week, which started from 28th, officially the orientation days. We welcomed exactly 178 international students. We had a buddy program that was very successful. We had 35 buddies that welcomed every single international student. And starting from the welcome week from 26th of August till end of September, Tommy, amazing job, actually had 25 events organized, which was all diverse, thanks to Tommy and also all the cycles he made at that time. And we also sold over 130 ESN cards in the first 2 weeks of August and September. Next one, please. Then we go to September. Was probably what are you laughing about? Yes, it was amazing month for us to start collaborating with Student Union and all other organizations that we had in TalTech. We started very strong. We started to build ties with Eurotech, welcoming Eurotech students that were visiting Tallinn for a while. And then we also attended the ESN Estonia 60s National Assembly, which is also there, which was, I think, the full board at that time present. And also, yes, we also attended the Student Union birthday party, also building the ties with Student Union there, which now are pretty strong. And we can see that Tommy and Artem were celebrating it on that day. In general, that month was more of building ties with everyone and was more opportunities to us to learn how to collaborate with different organizations. Then we moved to October. Yes, we had a board meeting with ESN Talent where we have been more talking about transparency, also the smooth of our cycles in general, and also to support how to support the students if needed in international, not international, sorry, in our events. Then we had NEP that was also organized in Tallinn, my first international event. So as our vice president, at that time I attended as communication manager. It was organized also in TalTech and also in TLU. We had an amazing opportunity to meet NEP, Northern European Platform, different members from there. We attended the sessions that were mainly about knowledge transfer. Since that day, we as a board started taking it seriously and have been writing the knowledge transfer. And then Tommy participated in the ESN Latvia's National Assembly, 22nd one, where he also talked about ESN TalTech and has been presenting us there. You want to say something about Benny?
I can say that was the beginning of a very nice year together with this and Latvia for like both collaborations, both on the ESN level and personal level, and I expect also next years to be stronger and do even more things together with our super nice neighbors.
Yes. And we moved to November. We moved to November. Mostly it was very intense for us. We won finally a grant from Student Union for the office supply, which helped us to build and renew our technical stuff in the office. Then we participated in another ESN Estonia National Assembly, which was 61, where we were the main organizers in TalTech, and there was 11 international guests that were coming from different sections. And we, as communication manager and VP, we went to POPs, which also we could talk about our section there. And also, we finally organized first ever fashion show, and we got recognition from ESN International for empowering your future, which I will let Arkan to talk about it because he was the main organizer.
So it was a nice opportunity for us to apply for the grant for to fund the projects under one of our clauses, which was employability, and we managed to organize with Startup Garage, and here we have a representative of a board, advisory board of Startup Garage. With whom we organized a nice events, series of events, and first event was really nice in terms of the speaker, in terms of the scale, in terms of the audience, and the quality of the workshop. We got gifts, we got some nice knowledge, and as well as we got, as I mentioned, the grant from ESN International.
Yes. And we moved to December, the cold month and farewell month where the semester was finishing. We said goodbye to Erasmus students and we wrapped up in a very good and very nice way while giving the certificates. We had also an international dinner, which I was the main organizer with the vice president. We had 17s. We also got a grant from Student Union. We had over 200 participants. It was a very cozy and nice international dinner, and it was amazing, and food was delicious. And also, yes, in Estonia, because it was National Assembly, because it was 1st December too. And Artem also was invited to Pernu, which was alumni management workshop, where he had an opportunity to meet the ESN Estonia stakeholders. Sorry. And I also will let Artem to talk about it.
So, as a representative of ESN TalTech IC and in collaboration with with ESN Estonia, I was able to go to this workshop where I was like I had 3 days trainings on the how important to maintain the connection with alumni, how like big universities around the world gather some funding billion like scale from the alumni. We had an opportunity to understand the vision of this aspect in any organization. I think it was useful to us, and also, as Fatima said, I was able to talk to, as you can see in the picture, head of study in Estonia. I met him for the first time, and from this point, the podcast for study in Estonia was kind of it was a starting point, and then Fatima will explain more.
And yes, thank you. And we go to January, the start of the new semester, and basically us again welcoming the new upcoming students. This time we didn't have a lot of students. We had only 90 students. However, we had it was 29th and 30th of January. Then we also elected a new communication manager and vice president, which now me and Mira. And we finally, as Sam said, we organized, President organized and promoted ESN TalTech in the podcast. Yes, the next, please. Yes, February. We celebrated the Estonian Independence Day, so as Valentine's Day, and we also had a meeting with Student Union that was one-on-one and talking about accomplishments and challenges during the first semester and upcoming semester, which gave us more opportunity to be much closer with Student Union. Yes, March. Probably like the funniest month of our mandate. So me and Tommy, as event manager, we went and represented ESN TalTech in Pops 25, where we also, as you could see, we love Riga very much, ESN Latvia. Then we also had a board retreat in Tartu, which the whole board went and kind of started brainstorming about new ideas and kind of just relaxing from everything and just kind of bonding together and understanding each other more deeply. And then we also attended ESN Estonia's 62nd National Assembly, where the new ESN Estonia board was elected. And so from us, the communication manager, the event manager that became the president and the VP, we got elected for ESN Estonia, which was amazing. And we also have Max that was also elected for IT, but he's not in that picture. He's next. And April, the amazing April where we went to Ancona with the president. We had the amazing opportunity to represent ESN Estonia in Italy. We won an award of SECO award with ESN Talent, which we are super grateful for. We had the recognition and we went on stage so people know. And also it's an amazing opportunity for all sections to see how we work. And we also, Artem was also honored to be one of the panelists in Academic Cooperation Association, where he was also talking about ESN TalTech and how we are welcoming students. And May, the last month, which we have been always with you guys, we as a board, except Artem unfortunately could not join, we went to Skillbox, we attended, and the focus was mostly about leadership and resolution. Um, then, yes, and also our president at that time was also a panel speaker sharing about also the mobility, the second part, and also it was more also about academic cooperation association. And yes, that was May in general. That's how it was. I would like to. Can you pass? Can you? I can. Can you? Yeah. And it's time to recap one more time, one last time. Yes, this is us throughout the whole year. Long year and fun year. Something happened, yes, but it was amazing. And does the board want to say something about the whole year that you guys were? I think Ivan wants to say something.
First of all, I would like to thank my board in front of everyone here and everyone listening back home. It's been quite a journey. We had rough patches that we managed to overcome, and I would repeat this year 100 times more if needed.
Okay. Also, as you know, I joined the board in August, not at the beginning of the semester.